The following video has been approved by the Jetty marketing team. The video has been rated Jetty. The following video may not be suitable for all viewers. G'day mate and welcome to Voxel Tycoon with me, Jetty. Now, Voxel Tycoon is a brand new game into Steam Early Access. I can say that definitely because it's technically been in Early Access for a little while longer, but it's a game I've been following the development of for about 3 years now. Actually, if you look on my YouTube channel, you can see an earlier tech demo that they released 3 years ago. I think it was called Railroad to Hell number 3, I think. But it's a game I've been following for like 3 years, and from memory it's done by just 2 devs. Maybe they've got a third on the team now, but a very, very small team, and they actually released onto itch.io quite some time ago. But they've just come over to Steam. They've just come over to Steam Early Access, and I've wanted to check out this game. Now, I have actually been streaming this already over on Twitch, so I have an idea of what I'm doing. This is unlike what I try to do often, is try to get, a raw first impression. I have played with this a little bit, so I do know some things about it. It really is a Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe meets Factorio in a voxel environment. That's probably the best way of explaining it. It's definitely new and unique, I'll say that much, because not only are you just transporting goods, but you also have the opportunity, which was something I thought was sorely missing from Open Transport Tycoon, the ability to not so much build industry, but definitely improve the industry that's there. So what we're going to do is start a new game. Obviously, it's Jetty Incorporated Proprietary Limited Corporation. World Seed is it's fine, because something is going to go wrong, and I'm definitely going to go with Australian dollars because they're worth nothing. Because we all know Australian dollar dues are worth absolutely nothing. All right, start game. Okay, so again, we're going to be moving around materials. We're going to start off with trucks because they're cheaper. And obviously, we start off with a loan from the bank, as you do with most of these styles of games. So you're poor. Very, very, very poor. Okay, so we have Welcome Redcliffe's region. So this is the area of the map that we're in. Are we in pause mode? We're in pause mode. Okay, so this is the area of the map we're in. And as you can see, we have these little borders here, which take us over to a new region. Now, the only way we access new regions is buying a license to start accessing and both the raw resources in those regions, along with transporting the resources. So we have Redcliffs, which does sound actually fairly Australian. Hayden, sure. Buggles. You might say that sounds ridiculous, but that would definitely sound perfectly normal for an Australian town. Dead set serious. If there's a town near me that's called Dunedoo, Buggles sounds great. Oh, we've only got 3 towns. Oh, normally you get 4. Okay, so this is our starting area. Obviously we have Redcliffs, we have Hayden, and we have Buggles. I have iron ore here, some coal over here, some wood over here, so nothing's close to us. Excellent. Alright. So, got it. Alright, welcome to Voxel Tycoon. The tutorial, let's leave the tutorial up. So, plain, normal, move around. Can I not skip? Thank you. Alright, so mining resources. Which is this, that tab. Mines. Okay. We got 3 choices, iron, coal, or a sawmill. We have this city needs coal and wood. This city needs iron ore. This city needs coal. So iron ore is here, which have to go to there. Wood is here, which would have to go there. Coal is here, which would have to go there or there. So we're going to start off with a sawmill. Grabbing wood. Now, I need to place this somewhere in this area of effect. Okay, so it has to be able to touch like this. Its area of effect has to overlap with the middle of the wood area. On top of that, I need to be able to transport the goods. So we're going to start off with, hopefully the tutorial doesn't yell at me. Let's not build through that dip, because I'm willing to bet that took the price way up. It did. Where are we going? We're going to there. So let's go up first. When you pour, you need to build with the terrain. Okay, and then bring that into there. Now, alright, let's get our first mining facility down, our sawmill. I'm going to put you... I want to get you out of the way as much as possible. Okay, continue. Select roads. So we have roads, we have trains, we have conveyor belts, which we'll get to later. For the start off with, we want a station, we want a freight station, and we need to put this somewhere in access to this building. Now, I'm going to obviously probably have a couple of buildings around harvesting wood, so I want to try and get this as centrally located as possible. Now, another thing I need to mention, which I'm going to get wrong time and time again, is because the game's in early access, because a lot of people in the world happen to drive on the right-hand side of the road, unlike JD, I'm going to always assume people drive on the left. And in this particular game, people can only do a U-turn at the end of the road. Well, technically there is an option that lets them do U-turns at intersections, which I have turned on, but generally it's at the end of the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this as close to as possible and bring up our road. Sure. And we also need a road, a station, a freight station, because I need to be able to drop off this wood, and it only goes to this building and technically that building in the future. So let's try and get one here that covers both of them, and then can't build here. If I extend that out, can I build there? What? I have to go over a tile. Somebody built a rubbish bin. Okay. Our first demolition. Yes. Okay, try again. Road, station, roads. Build this out first. Like so. Yeah, somebody put a damn garbage bin. It's ruined my gameplay already. Reroll. Okay, we need to put our cargo station there. So, simple plan is, continue. Lay roads. I just did that. Okay. If I do that, you get off my case. To cancel road laying, press escape. Fine, we'll come back to you. Alright, so we have 2 truck stations. This one is going to pick up wood from here. As you can see, we have 40 wood available to transfer. And this one is going to receive wood and or coal. The catch is we have no trucks. So the very next thing we need to do is build a garage. And garage just has to be connected anywhere on our roads. Anywhere. So we're going to put one right here. And okay, I want this tutorial part to skip. Cool. Actually, that wasn't a half bad road placement. Let's just hook those two together. Continue. Garage. I just built the garage. Okay, we do get full refund, which was one of the recent changes, but we'll get to those in a second. Garage. Continue. Alright, in our garage, we need to buy some trucks, okay? So we're going to buy a truck, and we have a couple of choices. We have a bus, which moves passengers. We have an AAA truck, which, you know, fixes you if your car breaks down or something. Also happens to transport wood. We have another bus that moves 12 passengers, but you might notice it has a different top speed, so something to consider, also a different price. And then we have an AA truck, which is different from the AAA truck, and this one moves either iron ore or coal. As we're moving wood, we want to grab one of these, we're going to buy one of those, and we're going to open this little window. And if you've ever played Transport Tycoon before, you should be fairly familiar with this sort of UI so far. So what we want to do is we want to have a truck come to here. We want you to load all the cargo. We want you to come over here and we want you to unload all the cargo. I want to tick the button for full, and I want to tick the button for full, because that's a wait for full unload. Yeah, I know, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, at the same time, we can save this particular route. We want to say Wood to Hayden West, sure, and that is the route. Now, we can send off our very first truck and have them start doing our loop. The other thing we can do, and this is very, very important in games like this, is we click the copy button and copy the truck. And 4 seems reasonable, and we're going to release all of them, unpause the game, and hopefully we'll start picking up wood from here, transporting it to here, and start making some money. That's our intention. Continue. Cool. Alright, the other thing I want to do is I want to set the game speed to 3, because generally in these sorts of games, your income is going to be very slow and very gradual, and it's going to take some time, and you're going to get there eventually. So we have our very first supply of wood, which is this UI is going to be very, very important and very, very interesting, and something you're going to have to keep an eye on. So I have the industrial building here, which has demand for 105 wood. It also has a storage, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to try and max out your demand, okay? But not max out your storage. If you max out your storage, they'll actually, I think they just did it. They just cut back my price. Yeah. So if you oversupply a building, the price will go down. So we want to hit that supply and demand. We want to hit the perfect just-in-time delivery system. The other thing I want to do is I probably want to hook that road into there, because I want to control how these cities expand. And you might notice that, yes, my truck pull in here and they don't do a U-turn, they don't turn into the depot, they drive straight past and straight back out. So I'm not sure if I made their route longer or shorter by adding that in there. But yes, we are. It looks like maybe we could add another truck. Logistics, no. Stats, no. Okay, we're making some money. We're making some money. Now, you want coal, which is all the way over there. How much is that going to cost us to build that? Because we're on a bit of a budget. 50,000. 115,000. Okay. So there is method to our madness to actually build all the way over to there. Our other option is you want iron ore, which is there. And you want coal. Okay, so our next grand plan is probably twofold. It's probably, yes, pay to put in a very expensive road all the way out to... Let's just stop the road there for now. And then we want mining. We want some mines. Actually, no. First thing I want is a truck depot. So let's lay the road into here. And station. Can I get a truck demo? A truck demo. A truck depot. There? Like really on the patch? Really on the patch is where we're going to go. We're going to extend that road. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, and then mines. I would like a mining facility. Doing coal, please. I'm going to start that one whacked right in there. Okay, so that one's going to do coal. We're going to go back to our little garage. We're going to buy a truck. We're going to have you do coal. Now, one thing I should mention is we can buy the truck to start with, bring this up, and we have a resource type. Now, this is something that even in the last week or so since I first started playing with the game, the devs have already realized, because they are fairly respondent to what the community wants, and have already changed. So when you buy a truck, especially if it has multiple items it can carry, it normally set up with an auto route. Now, if I click on one of these guys and details, we can see that it's pre-fit to do wood, because that was the first thing it's set to pick up. Previously, if you set to auto, it would always be set to auto. So if this depot was doing wood, and then suddenly I had coal being delivered here as well, there's a chance that these trucks might be stupid and they might start grabbing coal rather than wood and trying to deliver it, or iron for argument's sake, and delivering down here, which doesn't require iron. So once they're set to auto, the first item they pick up, that's the one that they're then filtered to go select, which is fine for us. Okay, so we want a truck from here. We're going to add a stop to go out to Hayden North, which load. Can I click on that one? And we're going to change that to Hayden Coal, because that makes more sense to me. And add a second stop over here to unload. Tick the full button. Copy. If I hold down shift, I can copy multiple at a time and release all those trucks and send them off and running. Now, another lovely thing about this game, and if I slow the game down, we might be able to... So we can follow the vehicle. Always handy, always important in these sorts of games. Follow the vehicle, that way you can watch its route, make sure it doesn't get confused along the way. Another thing this game has added is the take a ride button, which is interesting, different, and I see the appeal. Especially, I remapped the keys, so spacebar was pause. But yes, there is a horn we can place. We can play with. There's also a change the view, so I can sit above. Right mouse button. There we go. I can sit right above the truck. I can look behind the truck. Sit on the front of the truck. There we go. In front of the truck. And yes, I can right mouse button to wander around. Unfortunately, truck engines are slightly noisy, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, a different little quirk of the game. That's not the end of it. You can walk around on the street. You can do all sorts of things. Horn. Or I can just set the horn up to go off from here. Okay, cool. As you can see, trucks coming to the end of this little turnaround to turn around and pick up their coal and drive back. That means it's very important you have a little bit of room that trucks can pull off to a bit of a siding and fill up and do their turnaround and head back. Okay, next thing we're going to want is we have, obviously, this has 50 coal and this has 50 coal. So we definitely have more resources. Heating plant, receive the first supply of coal. Okay, so we have got our first deal of coal over here. The supply is awful, but that's okay. We'll get there eventually. Click on that one. So this one's doing... Oh, perfect. Demand 100 out of 105. Last 30 days, I deliver 125. We're delivering a little bit too much. A little bit too much. A lot too much. It's fine. It's fine. I said this would happen. Alright, coal. I obviously have spare coal over here still. So what we want to do is we want to come to our third little city and build the longest road ever. I hope you're going to pay a premium. You are. 416. So you're paying one hell of a premium. One, because of distance, and two, because currently you have no supply. Hook that into there. We're also going to come down here and build a little drop-off station, which I'm going to have to build all the roads for. So in that case, can I get a road out between? I can. Let's build that to there, because I sort of want to control the way the city grows. If I put you on that main road, they're going to come in from the right, which means they're going to come in here, turn right, turn right, turn right, drop off, and then leave. Okay, we're going to put that right there. Buggle south. Okay. I'm not going to get over that. Bungle south. Okay, we want to buy. I want a coal truck. I'm going to buy one of those. We're going to open up car number 9. We're going to add a stop to come to coal. Add a stop. Coal. Load. Full load. Bungle Bungle South. Unload. Demand decrease. No! The price just went down just before we hooked everything up. Okay. We're going to save that route so we can know what it's called for later. At the same time, we're going to copy. Let's start with... No, this is further away. Actually, let's start with 3. 3 seems like a good number. And then we're going to come back over here. I'm going to check this one. Last 30 days... We delivered 105, 110, 105. So no, that one's pretty good. This one, unfortunately, we delivered 125 and the demand was only 105. So I technically have too many trucks coming here. Heating plant has received its first supply of coal. It's a happy, even though the price is going down. So what we'll do is we will go to this garage. We will click on... let's click on this one so I can see the 3 vehicles that are coming here now, and I want to copy one of those, so I'm going to copy that one and then send it off as well to give just one more truck down here. And because we're oversupplying wood, yeah, I'm going to have you, if I switch you off, you just stop in the middle of the road. That's bad. Let's take you, I'm going to send you to the depot there. Alright, so you're just going to get teleported to the depot. We're just going to take one of the wood trucks off the road for a little bit, because oversupplying it means the price is going to keep going down. As long as the price keeps going down, the demand will keep going down, and I won't make any money. And I like making money. I like making all the money. Alright, it does mean that we now conveniently have this road going straight past here, straight past this iron ore, which means, again, some expansion. So we're going to put one of these right here in the middle of the patch, hook the road up, and do a little bit of mining. One there. We're going to call you Bungles Iron. And with that done, who was it that wanted iron? It was the 3rd town, wasn't it? Yes. Okay, longest road in the world ever, again. Sure. And you want iron delivered all the way down here. Can we pop one of these? You guys coming down the right-hand side of the road. Now, if I build this here, let's just place it. All right, if I build this here, trucks come into here and they drive on the right-hand side of the road. So they come down here, they have to get to the end of this intersection, turn, or end of the road, turn around and come back. But these are city streets, okay? You can tell because they have a footpath. The city expands the streets. But it means that if I don't do anything, there is a good chance this road will keep extending out. And as it extends out, my trucks are going to have to drive further and further and further to do a U-turn to come back and go in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to control the development of the city by just putting a little bit of a loop. So my trucks can come in here, go around, drop off their cargo, and then leave again. All right? And that's our plan. We want to go all the way back up here. Now, a pet comment, not a peeve, it's not a peeve yet, but a pet comment of mine is I definitely would prefer it if I could have the garage on a click box, which I could click on or pin to or something, so I can access it quickly and easily, because we open up the garage a lot. We'll get to trains later. Oh, that's lower demand than I expected. Okay, we'll get to trains later, but yeah, I definitely want to have my garage on a little window where I can just pop it out and access it fairly quickly, and send all my trucks out of one depot garage. Yes, somewhere on the map. So that should send our little trucks. Nope. Oh yes, our little trucks. They're there. Fly in there, grab some iron ore, turn around, loop around, head out this way to our 3rd town, Red Cliffs. And do the little loop. Drop off some iron ore. And that should make us even richer. Yep, we've started supplying iron ore to a industrial building. Yeah, I don't know what industrial building uses iron ore, but we have an industrial building that uses iron ore. So that's got us through, you know, some of the basics. Just moving around materials, getting some transportation done. On top of that, you can see our little profit and loss margin. Ignoring construction, okay? Because the profit and loss margin is a little bit weird, all right? It does count and take into account so it's a rolling 30-day period. Oh, actually, it's a static 30-day period, I believe. Okay, we'll get back to you. We'll come back to you. So it is previous month, this month. Okay, so it is divided up into months, and as you can see, there's construction costs. And there's vehicle costs added on there. So we can see we actually made minus almost 200 grand last month. But we're actually quite profitable. We're making 100 grand in trade. Our running costs are just 10 grand. Our maintenance is just 5 grand. And then we have 13 grand interest because we started, you know, borrowing some money from the bank to start up our wonderful business. It was not a trust fund given to us by our father. We've worked for every penny and borrowed everything. So yeah, we have a little bit of interest we have to pay back. So we are quite profitable, but then again, because we're still in the construction phase, we're spending a little bit of money. So something to keep in mind. On top of that, we have our little notifications bar. We can now see that, what is this? Hayden. Yeah, that's a weird name. Okay, now accepts iron bar. Not that we can produce iron bar yet, because it's actually up to us to produce the iron bar for the town. We're not going to wait for a smelting company to pop up. We actually need to do the smelting ourselves. So not only are you a industrial tycoon of transportation, you're also an industrial production tycoon. So there's a few things that you need to keep your head around. On top of that, we also have bankruptcy avoided. So down here, which is Redcliff's iron ore building was going to go bankrupt, but because we've started now supplying it with materials, it's actually doing a whole lot better. And I really need to run it for a whole 30 days. Set that to lifetime. Yeah, I need to run it for a whole 30 days to see what our supply levels are actually like before we decide whether we're going to throw more trucks on there. If we actually bring up our little truckie and we click on stats, we can see that this guy is quite profitable. Very, very profitable, in fact. Very, very, very profitable, which is always good to see. All right. So yes, we have some iron ingots we need to deal with, but the other thing I wanted to show off was in our stations menu, we actually have a bus stop. Okay. Now, buses are on the right-hand side, which is that direction. Let's put one there. A bus comes in here. Let's build another one there. And we'll just control the growth of this city to bring that road. Oh, really? Really? Yes. Okay, sure. Alright, little bus stop. Can we also get another bus stop? Actually, right there. And I keep meaning to hold down shift and I keep forgetting. And there. Alright, we're going to have that road hook into there. We're going to start our very, very first bus route. Has my demand gone up yet? 90 out of 105. So I need really a demand of about 120 before we add another truck. All right. We want to grab our little bus. Now, I'm going to have the one that carries 12 passengers. Okay. If we click on this one, you have a running cost of 20 grand per year. Yes, I want to stop configuring that vehicle. And you have a running cost of actually over 20 grand per year. So we're going to grab the cheaper bus to run. which is also cheaper to buy, which is excellent. It does have a lower acceleration and a lower max speed. I'm going to set you to go to there. Unload, then load all available cargoes at the passage at the destination. Then we're going to come to here. Buggle Buggles now accepts more coal. Alright, so we need to go check that out. Transfer. Transfer. And then I want to... Yeah, there's a way to do this. No, that should go back to the top. Alright, so we want to go save that route as passenger loop for Hayden, and we're going to set our bus off. So hopefully it does a couple of loops. Now if we click at each one of these stops, we actually have some decent passengers, but actually no, these are just going around town. So these passengers are going to Hayden. Excellent. So we should hopefully make some decent money just going around in circles in Hayden. It's a big enough town we can make some money doing some loops. We're gonna coal. So you want more coal. We delivered 80 last month. You want 120. So what it means is I can click the copy button. I can click on one of those guys, and I can send you off to the races. And that should bring our supply up to about 120, roughly. So we've probably maxed out that lovely little building. Click on that again. So, yeah, actually we can see our little bus route is quite profitable. Now, if I click on each one of these, you just want to go to Hayden, Okay, so we don't actually want to have anybody going into city yet, but maybe in the future. Actually, if we click on this, we can see that you have 3 economic buildings. We have passengers moving around, and you're an industrial town. So the demand limit is +1. So a couple little bonuses. All right, what the demands are for the whole town. And yes, all right. So next thing we want to tick off should be... All right, next thing, as I was saying, is we want to look at headquarters. So headquarters is a very important building. It's where you, as the CEO, get to build a big comfy office, you know, full of plush things, pretty things, shiny things, maybe an evil chair and a cat that you can pat that sits on the armrest, and also get to, you know, yell and fire at people, yell at and fire people at will. So we're going to build our headquarters. Now, headquarters has a couple of bonuses for the town that you decide to place it in. In our case, because Hayden was sort of where we started, it's where we're going to dump our headquarters. And I would like... and just blow up a city to put it. Like, it's not expensive to put down. And actually, it doesn't need roads. You know what? We're going to put it in here. So, here we have Jetty Incorporated Proprietary Limited Corporation, which gives us our wealth of our wealth of our company. That didn't tell me. Cool. That doesn't help. Apart from you're now up to 150. Excellent. I did send out that third truck, didn't I? Nope. There we go. All right. So there are 15 buildings that we own in one region. I have 18 trucks and 0 trains. I'm at level 1. Eventually I can get to level 2 after the value of my company goes up. Which is funny because I have $500,000 worth of physical cash on hand. The value of the company is less than that, probably because I have a $1.3 million loan out. So if I paid off a bit of a loan, I'd probably have the company valued a little bit higher. But before we do that, we need to also... oh, go away. Oh, you do more iron ore. I'm only delivering you 70. Well, if there's ever a reason to have a profit. See what I mean about the garage? I'm going to scroll over here to find the garage too. You did 70, so that means each truck is worth 15 and a bit, 17-ish. So I should actually be able to copy out 2 of you without any problem. Alright, release both of them, send them off to the wild. Alright, as I say, the having your headquarters in a town means a couple of things. One, you can have it artificially inflates the prices in this particular town. So all the prices go up from 100% to 110%, which is good for us because this is where we have a lot of our manufacturing currently. But if you remember, over here, we need a little bit of iron. We have iron ore not being delivered to this town, different town. Different towns are getting iron ore. We would really like some iron ingots. This is what these are, iron bars. And that's paying a ripper of a price, but I don't have any way to make iron bars. So what we want to look at now is heading into the labs. So I need to put down a laboratory, which is going to cost me 130,000 Australian dollar dues. Yes, the prices are definitely all make sense. And this building is going to require, eventually, a little bit of a spoiler, it's going to require different resources to be dropped off to it. So I need to find a good spot to put this where I can get different resources being delivered to it, or intentionally build it right beside places where the raw resources are and do our research that way. For our first one, we're going to try and do things properly. I'm going to put it not in the town, but near a town. Let's put you... Okay, so that's lighting up blue because it's inside the logistics range of that building. Okay, let's put our first lab here. Now, it doesn't have to be connected to the road. It does have a running cost. So we're going to have a running cost every single day. We also have a leading researcher, Eliza Lopez. Cool. On top of that, we have a list of researchers we can do. Now, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There are some we start with. So, you know, train signals, signals Mark II, steam engine, rail cars. Yes, I can build trains if I had enough money, because they're like 130,000 for just the locomotive. Forget the wagons, and forget the cost of the trains themselves. We have gasoline engines, so like, you know, we can build cars and stuff. Storage containers, so, you know, I can upgrade those to have better storage. The ability to build roads. Turns out that's a fairly important research that you needed to start and do in your backyard shed before you went and became a multi-billion dollar. Let's set our sights to the correct potential. A multi-billion dollar transport tycoon, no, transport mogul. I like mogul. Okay, the ability to research stuff, not just, you know, go out to the back shed and hit stuff with a hammer. Rails, of course. Mining, because that was also important to dig up the raw resources to then deliver them to companies, along with research and development to unlock all those things. But the first thing I want to do is I want to do manufacturing. Yes, because we want to get into iron smelting. So that's going to be our very first research. It's going to take 45 days, and it's going to cost me $113,000. So we're going to start that research off at, 45 days. 45 days. Now, if I build a second lab, and each lab can have a different research that it's doing, if I build a second lab, I could pop it down and have them both do manufacturing, and I'd obviously cut it from 45 days down to just 22.5 days. But we also have this magic button down here, which lets us run the game speed at 3 times speed, which means 45 days really doesn't take that long. But you know what it does mean? It does mean that I'm going to end today's episode here. I'm going to ask you guys, it's our first episode of Voxel Tycoon. If you like it, you want to see more, do me a favor. Hit the like button. At the same time, share it with a couple of friends. If you're new to the channel because you found this video while searching up some Voxel Tycoon, can you do me a favor? Can you hit the subscribe button? At the same time, you can always look down in the in the description below. You should find a link to this playlist for this Voxel Tycoon Let's Play, because, like I said, I've been waiting 3 years for this game. I've been following the development. I'm on their Trello page, looking at their roadmap. I'm excited. So, with all that said, I'm going to leave this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this very first episode, this very first look at Voxel Tycoon. And I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.